Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Lancaster. It's great to see all of you on this March Sunday morning. Glad you've come to church. Welcome to all who are viewing online and joining us from home in your pajamas with your coffee. Enjoy the service as well. It's our Pledge Sunday, so lots more about that soon, but what a joyful celebration to come together on this Celebration Sunday and to celebrate all that this congregation is and can be. So welcome to church this morning. Our theme today is hope, and so our call to worship are words by John Burens and Rebecca Parker. Hope rises. It rises from the heart of life here and now, beating with joy and sorrow. Hope longs. It longs for good to be affirmed, for justice and love to prevail, for suffering to be alleviated, and for life to flourish in peace. Hope remembers. It remembers the dreams of those who have gone before and reaches for connections with them across the boundaries of death. Hope acts. It acts to bless, to protest, and to repair. Let us worship together. I invite you to find a teal hymnal somewhere near you. We'll open it, stand, and sing number 1012, When I Am Frightened. Please rise as you are able, number 1012.
When I am frightened, will you reassure me? When I'm uncertain, will you hold my hand? Will you be strong for me? Sing to me quietly. Will you share some of your stories with me? If you will show me compassion, then I may learn to care as you do. Then I may learn to care. When I am angry, will you still embrace me? When I am thoughtless, will you understand? Will you believe in me? Stand by me willingly. Will you share some of your questions with me? If you will show me acceptance, then I may learn to give as you do. Then I may learn to give. When I am troubled, will you listen to me? When I am lonely, will you be my friend? Will you be there for me? Comfort me tenderly. Will you share some of your feelings with me? If you will show me commitment, then I may learn to love as you do. Then I may learn to love.
Please remain standing for the lighting of our chalice. In Unitarian Universalism, the flaming chalice is our most central symbol. For us, it is a beacon of truth and knowledge. It is a flame of peace and of hope, of justice and of love. We light it at each of our services. We light it at memorial services and at weddings, at child dedications. For us, it is a beacon of hope that leads us on. We light this chalice this morning not because we must, but because we may. We light this chalice not because we have the truth, but because we each come bearing and seeking many truths. We light this chalice in connection across culture, distance, language, and class. We light this chalice that our religion may be a beacon, a light of hope and justice. We light this chalice to kindle our own hearts and minds. Please be seated. I want to welcome you all to church again this Sunday morning. It is Celebration Sunday. I had a person who's new to the church come up and tell me that their first Sunday at our church was last year's Celebration Sunday. And when they learned that it was the Pledge Sunday, their hearts sank. They were like, oh no, the worst Sunday to go brand new to a church is the Sunday they're gonna ask for money. But apparently it went okay because that person stayed and has become active in our congregation. And so I want to assure anybody who's here for the first time or the first few times, don't worry about this morning. This is just how we do business. This is the way this congregation joyfully raises the money it needs for the coming year. We are utterly self-supporting, and that gives us great freedom as a congregation. So just enjoy the ride, enjoy the talk about money, and we'll see how you feel after the service. We know that some of us have been coming to this place for many, many years, and it is as comfortable as an old shoe. And some of us are here this morning for the very first time, never ever having been in a Unitarian Universalist church, never having been in this one. And we know that all of us are equally welcome here. We are a growing, thriving congregation, a congregation that is loving and kind and curious about new people and eager to get to know them. So wherever you are on your spiritual path, this is exactly where you're supposed to be for this next hour. Welcome to church this morning.
Will you all please join me for our responsorial? It's called The Legacy of Caring, and the number is very interesting, 666. Despair is my private pain, born from what I have failed to say, failed to do, failed to overcome. I turn to you to renew my life. I turn to the world, the streets of the city, the worn tapestries of the brokerage firms.
Drug dealers, private estates, personal things in the baggage department.
Rage and pain in the faces that turn from me, afraid of their own inner worlds.
This common world I love anew, as the lifeblood of generations who refuse to surrender their humanity in an inhumane world courses through my veins.
From within this world, my despair is transformed to hope.
For our second reading this morning, I've chosen a poem by Robin Sarah. The title is Riveted. It is possible that things will not get better than they are now or have been known to be. It is possible that we are past the middle now. It is possible that we have crossed the great water without knowing it and stand now on the other side. Yes, I think we have crossed it. Now we are being given tickets, and they are not tickets to the show we had been thinking of, but to a different show, clearly inferior. Check again. It is our own name on the envelope. The tickets are to that other show. It is possible that we will walk out of the darkened hall without waiting for the last act. People do. Some people do. But it is probable that we will stay seated in our narrow seats all through the tedious denouement to the unsurprising end, riveted, as it were, spellbound by our own imperfect lives, because they are lives, and because they are ours. I invite you to settle in for the sermon. A few days ago, someone not in this congregation asked me what I was doing to combat fascism. Talk about a loaded question. What was I doing to combat fascism? Only in the United States in 2026 would that question even make sense. And how does one answer a question like that? Is it really fascism we are experiencing, or something else? Is fighting it the best thing? What does that struggle even look like? How did we get here anyway? Since the person who asked what I was doing to combat fascism is someone I respect, I thought for a couple of seconds and answered honestly. I'm just trying to keep 200 people in Lancaster sane. We both laughed because it's true. Feeling a bit overwhelmed myself much of the time, the best thing that I can do right now is to try to keep all of you, the members of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Lancaster, saner than you would be without this place. If UUCL can offer us sanity, it can offer hope. And hope is a powerful thing. There is no doubt we are living through a political storm right now. I expect things to be nutty to and through the midterm elections this coming November. This storm is a furious one. It divides families, neighbors, and communities. It engulfs the lives of all it touches. It ignites rage on every side. And like any strong storm, it is impossible to see our way through it. It is impossible to do much more than to hunker down and let it pass. The trouble with this storm, however, is that other people have strong opinions about what you and I should be doing during the storm. And too many people assume there is only one way to manage the storm, their way. Luckily, we have each other, showing that there are as many right responses as there are caring people. What are you doing to combat fascism? Everything you can, I assume. We are all just moving through this day by day, and most of us believe things will ultimately turn out better. There is that hope thing again. Most Sunday afternoons after I lead worship here in Lancaster, I drive Route 30 west to my cabin near Waynesboro. My route takes me directly through the town of Gettysburg and the Civil War battlefield. Whatever the season, as I drive through the Gettysburg battlefield with its many monuments, it is the land itself that I notice more. Farm fields surrounded by stone fences, stone farmhouses and barns, the Lutheran Seminary on Seminary Ridge, the rolling earth edged by forests and streams. This is the very ground where the battle was fought. From July 1st to July 3rd, 1863, Gettysburg was where our warring nation held its collective breath to see which way the Civil War would turn out. Still the battle with the most American casualties ever waged. Over 50,000 soldiers lost their lives at Gettysburg. Over 50,000 soldiers. Thinking of those days, it is not hard to imagine the cornrows of the fields running with blood. It is not hard to hear in our minds the awful sounds of war. We can smell the gunpowder. And for what? For quite a lot, actually. Gettysburg is considered the turning point of the Civil War. If the Confederate Army had not been turned back, it would have marched to Harrisburg to take the Pennsylvania state capital. Without Gettysburg, the cause of slavery would have gone on, the Union would have been torn apart, and the nation we now know would not have existed. Now, rather than slave states and free states, we seem to have red states and blue states based on how the majority in each votes. But is that any different than the extreme ideological stances represented on the Gettysburg battlefield? I suspect not. We Americans are as far apart ideologically as we have been since the Civil War. The storm this time is not that different, but it can have a different outcome if we choose. Bloodshed is not inevitable. A calm insistence on democracy and the rule of law is what we need amid the current storm. We need lawmakers to hold the executive in check. We need Republicans and Democrats to work together. And we need the Supreme Court to impartially adjudicate violations of the law. And to bring about this calm insistency on democracy and the rule of law, each of us will need to play a part. But those parts will be different. Some of us will march in the streets and some will not. Some of us will give money and some won't. Some will write and speak and some will not. Some will take direct action, some indirect. Some will be loud, some soft. Some will risk much, some little. Remember, the storm is disorienting. The things you would like to do may not be the things that you can do. The things you assume are needed may be replaced by seemingly unneeded things. Up will be down, in will be out, forward will be backward, and clear will be muddy. The worst thing we could ever do is assume others are not doing enough. The hardest thing to avoid in this storm will be our own smug assumption that we are in the right. When our forebears planted the Church of Our Father Unitarian at Chestnut and Pine Streets in Lancaster, they knew that they were hiding this congregation in plain sight. They knew they were planting it in such a way that it would thrive and grow despite the forces all around it. Even in 1902, it was quite radical to be a Unitarian, especially in conservative Lancaster County, as I suspect it still is today. That this church was founded as a nominally Christian church gave it the cover it needed to take root. Nothing about our church's architecture or name would have given it away as being a wonderfully liberal place, open to people and ideas, unwelcome in other houses of worship. We still benefit from the stealthy planting of UUCL because our congregation can be both respectable and radical at the same time. Think about it. Those in Lancaster who know us know what we do. Those who do not know us just assume that we're like any other church standing on the street corner. But no one who comes into this room can question whether we are legitimate or not. And everyone who comes here and stays learns how open we are to thoughts and practices different from other churches. We are like an exotic plant growing in a garden despite the climate not being just right. We are like a palm tree planted too far north, but in just the right place where sun and shelter allow it to thrive. The corner of Chestnut and Pine Streets is the perfect location for us to grow and to bring hope to our wider community. Today is Celebration Sunday. It's the day we joyfully kick off our annual pledge campaign by making financial pledges to our congregation for the coming year. Today is a day to be generous. In a brochure most of you got in the mail a couple of weeks ago, we laid out 3 things we think our congregation can do in the coming year, practical things amid this storm. 3 things that will help us and our community. Celebrate 125 years. In January 2027, our congregation will be 125 years old. For a century and a quarter, UUCL has brought liberal religion to Lancaster City and County. Our pledges continue what our spiritual ancestors sought, a congregation free of dogma where all might explore their own spiritual paths together. Grow spiritually. The ease and comfort with which we approach various world religions makes our congregation unique in Lancaster County. Our pledges ensure UUCL will be a place where we all might explore ideas and practices from Buddhism and paganism, Judaism, Hinduism, liberal Christianity, and more. And third, help our neighbors. Through direct action, UUCL cares for its neighbors. From showing up at protests to collecting food and warm clothing, our congregation seeks to help many in Lancaster City and beyond. Our Share the Plate program and Walters grants send money out into our community. Pledging will ensure these various outreach efforts continue. Celebrate 125 years, grow spiritually, help our neighbors. This is what we are going to do together in the coming year. This is how we are going to bring hope in the storm. Pledging is important because money makes things happen. Our congregation needs all of its members and friends to support it as generously as they can, and any size pledge can be generous. Because I was new among you here last year, I pledged $1,000, which is a good starting pledge. This year, I am so excited about what we are all doing, I'm going to raise my pledge to $1,500. I challenge you to meet or exceed that amount. It matters that our church has the money it needs. Soon, members of the annual pledge campaign team, chaired by Darcy Pollock, will bring you a pledge card. Please take a moment and fill it out right here and now. And remember, if you fill it out and turn it in, we won't bother you again for the rest of the campaign. That should be some incentive. Be realistic, but be generous. Then we will all bring our pledges forward and collect them in a basket. None of us wanted our nation to be in the storm that it is in. All of us can think of ways our country could have been better off if the storm had not come. But here it is. We are not going to stop it quickly. We are not going to come through it unscathed. We will all need to help clean up after the storm's aftermath. For now, it rages around our ears. It consumes our thoughts and breaks our hearts. The storm threatens much we hold dear. And yet we are not without hope. We are not without determination, and we are not without strength. In 125 years, this congregation has witnessed many storms: 2 world wars, women's suffrage, a Great Depression, wars in Korea, Vietnam, and the Middle East, the civil rights movement, the struggle for LGBTQ+ equality, the struggle for reproductive rights, the AIDS crisis, and COVID, just to name a few. Yet, we hope. Still, we hope freedom will prevail. Still, we hope democracy will thrive. Still, we hope equality will win. Still, we hope love is stronger than anything else. In that hope, make your financial contribution to UUCL, knowing this congregation will do its part. Please come forward and hand out the pledge cards. So be it. Amen.
As you fill out your cards, feel free to sing along with me. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land where I'm bound. There'll be freedom. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land where I'm bound. Oh, where I'm bound. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land where I'm friends. Justice in that land. There'll be justice in that land. There'll be justice in that land. There'll be justice in that land where I'm bound. Oh, where I'm bound. Oh, there'll be a justice in that land. There'll be justice in that land. There'll be justice in that land where I'm friends. We're singing. There'll be singing in that land. There'll be singing in that land. There'll be singing in that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. There'll be singing in that land. There'll be singing in that land. There'll be singing in that land. Now, I'm going to take a breath. Alan, show us a little something. Pass it to Greg. Thanks, Greg. There'll be dancing in that land. There'll be dancing in that land. There'll be dancing in that land where I'm bound. Oh, where I'm bound. Oh, there'll be a dancing in that land. There'll be dancing in that land. There'll be dancing. Friends, I've got so many words. It's marching time. Marching. There'll be marching in that land. There'll be marching in that land. There'll be marching in that land where I'm bound. Oh, where I'm bound. Oh, there will be marching in that land. There'll be marching in that land. There'll be marching in that land where I'm friends. There will be beauty. There will be beauty in that land. There will be beauty in that land. There will be beauty in that land where I'm bound. Oh, where I'm bound. There will be beauty in that land. Oh, there will be a beauty in that land. There will be Don't forget to play. There'll be playing in that land. There'll be playing in that land. There'll be playing in that land where I'm bound. Oh, where I'm bound. Oh, there'll be playing in that land. There'll be playing in that land. There'll be playing in that land. I'm going to take another breather, Alan. Let's go again. Do your thing. Friends, I have so many more words you don't even know. Oh, I don't need to repeat any. I have so many. How about loving? There'll be loving in that land. There'll be loving in that land. There'll be loving in that land where I'm found, where I'm found. There'll be loving in that land. There'll be loving in that land. There'll be loving in that land where I'm. Should I keep going, Howard? What do you think?
Come go with me one more time.
Yeah, sounds good. We're going to come back around and we're going to sing Come and Go With Me, friends. Thank you. Thank you for all that you're doing today. It's a great time. Here we go. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land where I'm found. Oh, where I'm found. Oh, come and go with me to that land. Oh, come and with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land where I'm found.
Wow, what am I going to do now? Well, people, my name is Lillian. I'm one of your worship associates. I was discombobulated as I thought today we were going to be talking about what you talked last week. I was fully prepared for that. That's not it. Based on what Reverend was saying, I asked myself a question. What am I doing to keep hope alive? Sometimes we just say, well, I'm just one. I don't do the peace marches. I don't do a lot of things. What can I do? Well, the first number is coming here. Wish I did it every Sunday, but I do as often as I can. I've been coming here maybe 18 years by now, and it is a little bit of saving sanity, just being here Sunday mornings with everyone and listening to the sermons and talking and sharing, because the world outside is a storm. I always thought Lancaster is a special place. We don't get a lot of actual storms like other places. I think down in this valley, we're just here, happily here. We don't have to weather the physical storms. But in here, we do have to weather the other storms, the political and the social ones. One way I do it, strangely enough, is texting. And I will sometimes text people and say, for example, can we talk politics here? Well, what do you think of X person that they just got rid of, you know? And so we do talk about it and we text about it and we don't get into arguments, we're just texting. Putting my life in order, folks, I'm immensely happy. Friday was my last day of work. I'm retired. And then next Sunday I won't be here because I'm moving downtown. I think ordering our lives, I'm 70, I've moved 3 times the last 3 years. I'm ready to settle. And I hope that through all the chaos that we all go through, everybody is at a point where they can just say, wait a minute, I'm gonna settle down and do what I need to do. Volunteering is one way that we can help. I want to volunteer at the Literacy Council, especially if there are people that speak Spanish that want to learn how to read and write English. I want to do that. And offering hope to others. I don't know about you folks, I have a lot of pessimistic friends, no hope. And I've kept them all because these times will pass. It's not always going to be the way it is now. We have to have hope. But these are trying, hard times. Too bad. Did anybody not pledge? Raise your hand. I haven't pledged yet. For the few maybe that haven't pledged yet, or anybody looking on Zoom, when I first came here, I just came here and they started with the pledge thing. And before, if you remember, we used to get a lot of papers. It used to be complicated. I would pledge just out of my generosity, whatever I felt like pledging. And I read the little things that said, if your income is so much, pledge so much. And I'd be like, yeah. But then as the years move by and I see the needs of our church, I see our numbers growing. I'm happy to see people of all ages here. I pledge more because we need more. And if you're always just going to be here comfortable, that's nice, but we should challenge ourselves. So this year, like the Reverend, I'm pledging a little more, and I hope everybody else does too. Have a good week.
I love working with this woman, I tell you. You cannot even learn this comedic timing. Each week in our congregation, we're generous both to the congregation and also to an outside agency that we support. Through our Share the Plate program, we give thousands and thousands of dollars away every year to other folks in the community that are doing good things. For March and April, we are supporting Right Face, which is an organization that helps soldiers who are returning with PTSD and gets them writing about those experiences, because there are studies that have shown that if you can write those feelings down and those thoughts down, it helps in the healing. So as you give generously to the congregation this morning, know that half of that will go to Right Face and will help folks you will probably never meet who are facing incredible challenges and need our support. The morning offering will now be gratefully received. We come to a thoughtful, prayerful time in our service. a time in which we are invited to bring the joys and sorrows of our lives forward. If you are celebrating something this week, please come forward and press that into a stone or a tile and leave it in the bowl of sand. Likewise, if something is heavy on your heart, some sorrow or some loss, come forward and press that into a stone, knowing that together the joys and sorrows of this congregation are our collective prayers. Please come forward if you are so moved. I invite you to sit with this gathered congregation for a few moments of silence, and then I'll offer a prayer. Spirit of life, we know we are living amid a storm right now. We're living amid a storm which is confusing and disorienting, where winds blow from every direction, and it is hard to see. As we live through this storm, may we live through it like we live through other storms that we experience, dependent on those around us and having them dependent on us as well. For no matter how loudly the storm rages, we know that we have places of safety, places of comfort to retreat to. We are so grateful for the homes in which we live, their windows and their doors, their walls and their roofs, places that we can nest in and places that keep us safe. We're grateful for our neighborhoods, for the neighbors who live around us, whether that be right close to us or somewhat far away. We are grateful to live among other people, neighbors who will help us, will watch out for us, for whom we can offer a hand to. We're grateful for the towns and the cities that we live in, for this beautiful city of Lancaster, for all of its caring people, and for its municipal government, and for all who work to make it a better place. Be it Lancaster or Mount Joy or anywhere else in the area that we come from, Harrisburg, may these communities be places of nurture for us during the storm, and may we also give back to them. Because we know what it takes to get through a storm is patience. It takes changing our day-to-day routine just a little bit. It takes looking out for folks. It takes realizing that this will not last forever. Thank you so much for the friends we have in our lives, for the partners and the children, the parents and the grandparents. Thankful for all of our support systems that help keep us sane and whom we help keep sane too. Strengthen those bonds and help us to be there for other folks in the same way that they are there for us. Help us trust that this storm too will pass over, and that while it is here, we each have a part to play. Amen.
Please join in our affirmation of faith, first in English and then in Espanol. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its gift. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. El amor es el espíritu de esta iglesia, y el servicio es su ofrenda. Este es nuestro gran pacto, el convivir unidos en paz, el buscar la verdad en amor y ayudarnos unos a los otros. Susan, please come forth. She has an announcement for us.
Hello, friends. This is your friendly reminder that our auction is next Saturday at the Lancaster Tennyson Yacht Club. Today's the last day you can buy a ticket, and you can meet Ivana downstairs to do so. This auction produces a big chunk of money. Our goal this year is $32,000, and it's a live auction with Jessica Schaub, and she's a fabulous, knows our people auctioneer. So at any rate, for those of you who don't yet have your tickets, visit Ivana downstairs, and I hope to see you all there. Thanks.
And our very own Alan.
Quick word about this concert that Rich has made a very nice flyer for. It's going to be actually called Music is the Language of the Soul. It's going to feature original pieces that are designed to be evocative, to bring out memories, feelings, images. And it's going to be a little bit different. There'll be a little, if you wish, if you're there, you can just listen or you can participate in different ways of sharing what is being brought up for you by some of these different songs. And it's meant to be also very positive and upbeat. So this is brought to us by the Garvin Foundation. Is that the right way? Yeah. It's one of their annual events, and it's my third year doing it. And so I'm trying to make it a little different this year and hopefully fun. And you can see the flyers here. We have something to give out. March 29th at 2:30 this Sunday in 3 weeks. I think. So, yeah. Thank you.
And I was asked to just announce on March 15th, Getting to Know UU, the first of 2 membership classes. Yes.
It's finding it difficult to get here now, and her name is Jenny. If you remember Honey, raise your hand. I want to see how many people remember Honey. Excellent, excellent. She thinks she's not being remembered. So, Honey is 100 years old. She is beautiful, she's wonderful. She was here last year wearing her Swedish costume, if you remember. So, if you remember Honey, send her a note. She lives at Willow Valley. I don't have her complete address right now in front of me. But you can either get it from the church or just send it to Honey Jenny, Jenny, at Willow Valley. Thank you.
Please join in our closing song, number 1014, Standing on the Side of Love. We all know that.
It's in your teal hymnal. We'll rise and sing together. And do come down to coffee hour. There's cake down there, so you won't want to miss it. Let's stand and sing number 1014, Standing on the Side of Love.
If the verses are tough, don't worry, the chorus is easy. The promise of the Spirit, faith, hope, and love abide, and so every soul is blessed and made whole. The truth in our hearts is our guide. We are standing on the side of love, hands joined together as hearts beat as one, emboldened by faith we dare to proclaim. We are standing on the side of, you got it, here we go, verse 2. Sometimes we build a barrier to keep love tightly bound, corrupted by fear, unwilling to hear, denying the beauty we found. Everybody, we are standing on the side of love, hands joined together as hearts beat as one, emboldened by faith we dare to proclaim. We are standing on the side. You know it at this point, verse 3, give it everything. A bright new day is dawning, when love will not divide. Reflections of grace in every embrace, fulfilling the vision divine. Come on, everybody! We are standing on the side of love, hands held together as hearts beat as one, emboldened by faith we dare to proclaim. We are standing on the side of love. One more time. We are standing on the side of love.
Go forth from this place with hope in your heart, Hope that the storm will pass over and there is much to do while it is here. Go in love and go in peace. Amen.